Well, getting a good night's sleep makes a huge difference in how your day goes.
Oh, yes. So how can you get better sleep? That's the big question for a lot of people. It could be something you're eating.
Well, Kelly O'Brien is here to help. She's a sleep coach at Proper, a sleep wellness company. Kelly, thanks so much for joining us.
Sure thing. Good afternoon.
So I know for Irene and I, and many of us that work here at the station, sleep is a huge topic of conversation. We have crazy hours. We work early in the morning or late at night. And almost every day we end up talking about how much sleep we got, looking at the clock when you wake up in the middle of the night, wondering if you'll be able to make it through the next day. I mean, sleep is a big deal, right?
It absolutely is. Yeah, it impacts not only kind of our day to day, but our health and wellness in general long term.
Tell us a little bit about how Proper actually works.
Yeah, so Proper takes a holistic approach. So, kind of two ways that we're looking at sleep. The first is all natural, scientifically studied, well researched supplements that help support our sleep. And the second is the sleep coaching. So, we work with clients to help identify what is their desires, an ideal night of sleep for them, what's getting in the way, and what are some of the non-negotiables in their life that we need to work around. So to your point, your jobs, your schedules, our family, our other commitments. So the coaching helps identify what those non-negotiables are, and then as the coach, we become a co-pilot as each individual client kind of crafts their strategy and plan for improving and maximizing their sleep.
Are there certain foods we should and shouldn't be eating as we're winding down for the night and getting ready to go to sleep?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, we're looking at two things. One is timing and the other is the what. What are we eating? So in terms of timing, ideally about a 3 to 4 hour buffer between our last large meal and the time we want to fall asleep. And yes, we know there are foods that are more supportive than others in terms of sleep. So let's look at the good stuff first. So things that contain tryptophan, magnesium, natural sources of melatonin, things like nuts and seeds, bananas, kiwi fruit, tart cherry, even dairy can be supportive of encouraging sleep to come and take hold a little bit more easily. In terms of what to avoid, it's things that are similar to what we want to avoid in terms of impacting our health overall. So highly processed, high carbohydrate foods, sugary foods, greasy foods, spicy foods. We know that those things can create a more activated state so that sleep is a little less likely to take hold, and sometimes just create some discomfort, some bloating and some heartburn, which can impact the quality of our sleep.
All right, interesting. So what's the number one tip here? And this is something I do almost every night. You're lying there and you think that you're really, really tired, but you can't go to sleep. And a lot of people, the answer is turn over and look at their phone and start reading something.
Yeah, so absolutely. We know that when we're in a more activated state, so even though we may be tired, there might be still a lot of activation going on in the brain and the body. Sleep's going to be a little hesitant to come and take hold. And we know that our devices can create these little micro hits of activation that move us further away from the goal. So the best tip I can give is to really allow that ideally last hour or so before bed to lean in fully to all things restful and relaxing and really set aside anything that could be potentially engaging. Button up all of that activation and activity that we've engaged in during the day and really allow for rest and relaxation to take hold. And then we know sleep tends to get the invitation to come in and take hold more fully and more easily.
And so your program with Proper, I mean, can anyone benefit? Can anyone really get a good night's sleep after following a lot of these ideas and tips?
Absolutely. So, we work with everyone from, new parents whose sleep schedules have been thrown into complete disarray to folks who are just looking to really optimize an already healthy lifestyle. So no matter where you are on that spectrum, there are some tips, tricks, and some unique supports that we can offer that can help you maximize and get closer to what your individualized profile and ideal night of sleep could look like.
All right. Kelly, thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate it.
Sure thing. My pleasure.
All right. And to learn more about Proper, visit getproper.com.